Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on archive. You're tuning in to A Puncher's Chance with Ashy Knuckles. What's going on, Ashy?
Nothing much, man. Just another week, another day, another dollar,
Absolutely. And for those listening on archive, make sure you throw a jab right now. Make sure it turns blue at that like button. All right. We had a pretty good weekend of fights, Ashy.
Yeah.
How did you see just really quick? The Granados Easter fight. I mean, that's a hell of a fight.
Man, I almost forgot about that fight. That was an explosion. Obviously, I thought Granados would have won the fight. I picked them to win the fight. I thought he'd have too much firepower. Thought it'd be too strong for Robert Easter, being that he was going up in weight, and that Granados is a tough out for anybody at 140 pounds. And it was his return back to that weight, and he did what most people thought he would do, put up a great fight. But I thought Robert Easter was in it every single step of the fight. He chose to box early on in the fight. He was scoring, and boxing on the move, trying not to be there for the return fire when he got his shots off. But because the aggressiveness of Adrian Granados, not wanting to let a guy get comfortable in there, trying to make a guy uncomfortable and fight in the trenches, which is where his bread and butter is, it would end up turning into a war, toe to toe. And from that point on, from where Robert Easter started going to war with him, it was pretty much tit for tat. Some guy, Robert Easter would go strong and win one round. Granados will win another. But I think the earlier rounds were put in the bank by Robert Easter, who was doing better work by being on the move. And, it was a great fight. It was an action-packed fight. It was definitely a candidate for a fight of the year because of how many punches were thrown with bad intention. And it was a great fight, and it proved to me that Robert Easter can hang with tough guys at 140, not necessarily the upper echelon. This, to me, showed me that he can get in there with a solid 140-pound guy that's durable and tough and is not going to back up and is going to throw a lot of punches. And him being able to hold his own with these guys, you know what I'm saying? And have enough firepower to get respect in there, too. It ain't like he was getting, his punches was getting walked through. Don't get it twisted. Granados has a great chin, and he was taking flush shots to the head and body and whatnot, but he was giving as good as he got when the fight was a game of inches. But I thought the right guy won. Scores were one of the scorecards were kind of wide.
It seems to be a trend in boxing now, that the wide scorecards. At least it's like a tradition now, I guess.
Yeah. He said that they had the scorecards filled out before the fight. I mean, I don't blame him for feeling bad about that,
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I don't think they filled it in before the fight, but that judge definitely saw it one way. No one else saw it that way.
Yeah.
But what do you make of the criticisms of Easter that he's not utilizing his dimensions? He's giving away his height. He's making the fight harder than he has to. Is this just who he is? Is this the way he's going to fight?
Yeah. He's not the only guy that has done that in the history of this game. Tall guys, that is, who are in the ring. Paul Williams did that sometimes too. He didn't utilize his reach and his height at all times. He can be lured into a fight in close. And I think by the fact that he threw so many damn punches from odd angles, he was able to get away with it until he was in the ring with somebody who would time him, being Sergio Martinez. But yeah, I mean, these guys who have natural advantages, I say all the time, they should use their dimensions, use their height and their reach. And when they choose to not use it, they begin to fight small, as they say in boxing. So He
If
started fighting small, giving up those natural advantages, making it easier for the other guy to get off and hit him. So
So let me ask you this: it's just in general, like what do you think makes fighters do that? Is it just they just don't have the patience? They actually just love to scrap? Like, what do you think that is?
I think it's a combination of things. I don't want to overlook it's part of what the opponent is doing because the
Right.
opponent keeps pressing and coming forward, and it gets to the point where the other fighter doesn't want to move backwards, doesn't want to move side to side, doesn't want to feel like he's being forced to retreat. You know, he has Chismo, he got nuts. He want to stand in there and like, all right, let's boss up. You want it, so I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. Even though from an analytical standpoint and from a game planning standpoint, he should always look to use his natural advantages. You're taller, you have more range. Keep that guy at the end of your jab. Keep that guy at the end of your punch. Double the jab, triple the jab, disguise the jab, feint with the jab. And when he act like he don't want no part of that left hand, that's when you hit him with that right hand and get him right back where he need to be. And sometimes it's too scientific for these guys that the inclinations that they have of just being a fighter and wanting to mix it up makes these guys want to take the fight to their chest. So
Very well said, man. And real quick, what did you think of Lubin's performance? It kind of went how I thought it would, but maybe overshadowed by the Granados Easter fight. But
yeah,
you know, I think Lubin's on his way, back here. I think he's back to where he was before he got knocked out.
yeah, indeed, man. I think that's a testament to the work that him and Kevin Cunningham have been doing in I think it's West Palm Beach where they have set up camp. I've said it time and time again that I believe Kevin Cunningham is one of the most underrated trainers in the sport of boxing. You know, being that he brought Spinks, Corey Spinks, and Devin Alexander through the amateurs, winning championships, and then taking them pro to become unified champions. One of them was undisputed, and he never got trainer of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the love affair that's been going on with Freddie Roach over the last decade seemed like nobody could match whatever they believe Freddie was doing with one fighter, Manny Pacquiao. And it's unfortunate, but it doesn't take anything away from Kevin Cunningham because now he's moving on to different projects and still being able to be successful. But in the fight with Gallimore, I thought Lubin fought a very disciplined fight, being of the fact that he was in there with somebody who was trying to basically get him out of his game and get into his head. You know, gesturing to him, talking to him. I would imagine cussing him out, jumping at him and stuff like that. Trying to make the guy fight out of character, which is boxing though. I mean, if you can get a guy to fight out of character.
It reminds me of like kind of how the wide receiver in the corners talk trash, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what's happening. Yeah.
Right. And if you can get the guy to fight out of character and he ended up getting caught by something heavy and hard, it could be good night Irene, and now we have an upset. But at the end of the day, he stayed to the game plan, stayed boxing behind his jab, setting the guy up for nice straight lefts, went to the body well, and ultimately he got Gallimore out of his game plan to where he was more content talking shit than he was getting his punches off. And as a result, he was starting to get hit by flush shots. He started losing round after round. And over time, it just looked pretty pathetic that he's more content with, basically cussing him out and trying to get into his head than, getting shots off. And he ended up getting outboxed for 12 rounds. And Lubin's back. He's back on the scene. They were talking about getting a rematch with Jermell or, one of the other titleists in the division. If I was them, I would say go the Munguia route, but the likelihood of that happening, being of the promoter battles that are going on, is unlikely. So more than likely, he'll position himself to get a rematch with Charlo, or get the Charlo Harrison winner, or the Hurd J-Rock winner. But 154 is still hot. So
154 is hot, that's for sure. Make sure you guys throw a jab at the like button. You're tuning into A Puncher's Chance with Ashley Knuckles. By the way, visit MandatoryDefense.com and shout out to Scrapbook Boxing in the house. We got King Louie up in here. We got G Funk. We got Walter Boyd asking who has Canelo knocked out, but we're gonna get there. Okay, believe me. All right, we're gonna get there. Ashley Stevenson Gonzalez. Stevenson boxing kid. Okay, Joel Gonzalez got a box by Shakur.
Yeah, man, I was like Stevenson. I was thinking about Devin Haney for a minute. Like, I know it's not. No, that was a damn route, man. That was pretty embarrassing. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows the storylines. Obviously, Shakur Stevens is knocking down Joel Gonzalez's sister. He's been seeing her for a while. I guess they're an item. And, the Gonzalez family is feeling some type of way about that. I don't know the backdrop of the story, but they are, they disapprove of that connection. And apparently she feels that it's a match. And I guess Shakur Stevenson feels it's a match too. And I guess they had to sort that out in the ring, And they called out Shakur Stevenson. It was a interpromotional battle. Joel Gonzalez being with Golden Boy, Shakur Stevenson being with Top Rank. They were able to do business and put these two undefeated featherweights in the ring for a title. And what was thought on paper to be a very competitive fight between these top one is a prospect, one is a contender. End up showing us that even though the numbers don't tell us if a guy is really a prospect or not, you know what I'm saying? Because Shakur Stevenson graduated last Saturday night and made a very significant step in his career and basically showed everybody, look, I don't need to be seasoned. I'm already there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, definitely.
And, yeah, he beat the guy easily for 12 rounds, and the only round that he lost was the round that he took off. That was round 7. And he looked great, man. He went to the body well. He boxed well from the outside. And whenever Joel Gonzalez got at least close enough to get some shots off, the target wasn't there anymore. It was a beautiful display of hit and not get hit. You could see the frustration on his face, but like a true champion, man, he didn't really sulk and talk a lot of crap in defeat. He gave it up to him. He gave it up to Shakur, but still the likelihood of them, squashing the beef and, everybody being one big happy family is unlikely. But Shakur Stevens kept his girl and his undefeated record.
Kept both.
Kept both. Picked up a world title.
And well, some people were giving him a puncher's chance. That never came. But in all seriousness, I saw a lot of people saying, "Hey, Gonzalez should have really gone at him," but that's not how Gonzalez boxes. Like he's a technical boxer.
Yeah,
he was in there with someone that was just better at that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that's what you kind of get. That's how those fights look. And I saw a lot of people. I think Shakur Stevenson did a good job neutralizing Joel Gonzalez, and who's pretty much been in the game for a while, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a guy that's been boxing for a while. He was an undefeated fighter. Okay, like storyline aside, all bullshit aside, like this was I was impressed with what Stevenson did.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, you should have knocked him out." Man, knocking the dude out ain't as easy as some people think it is.
No, it's not. It's not easy to knock people out,
Yeah, but could he have done it? Probably, but he would have had to take an unnecessary risk to do it. Why do that? You're already dominating the guy. You're winning every round. I give Hoyt I think 1 round I gave him.
Yeah.
That fight.
Yeah. That's so round 7, he didn't really do much. He was just getting his win again.
Definitely. Now let's talk about your dude, man, Prograis. Who, by the way, it's a hell of a fight, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're a fight fan, you didn't watch this fight, shame on you. Okay, all those years of bitching and crying out, the best don't fight the best. These arguably the two best 140 pounders going at it, and they went at it. Actually, I scored the fight myself for Prograis. I had a 115, 113. You know,
Oh, okay.
it was close. You know,
Yeah.
it could have gone either way. But if you're gonna fight over there, who's gonna get it when it could go either way?
Right.
I know that doesn't sound fair, but what
No,
are your thoughts, man?
you're right. It's not fair. Even though it was a battle with two champions in the ring unifying, when you fight overseas in a guy's hometown, you got to treat it as if you're a challenger fighting for somebody else's world title. And because more than likely the close rounds, the swing rounds are going to go towards the hometown guy. Excuse me. I'm coming over a sickness too.
Cool.
Well, the fight was, like you said, it was great, man. And I thought Prograis had a great game plan. I did a breakdown with you and saying that the game plan has to be going towards the body because Taylor doesn't protect himself around his midsection too much. It's not the easiest thing to hit him flush upstairs because he'll bring that guard up, add that to the fact that he can actually box and punch. So every time he would try to throw punches and hit Regis with power shots, Regis would slip the shot and throw two to the body. You know what I'm saying? So he was looking good, man. To me, I thought he was making Josh Taylor very uncomfortable early in the fight, and he wasn't allowing him to get his game plan going, which was to box on the outside and move and line him up for big power shots, and that was just not happening. And it wasn't because he wasn't sharp. It was because of what Regis was doing, dipping and dodging, stepping to him, and hitting him with counter shots to the body. And one thing Josh Taylor did in that fight was he made adjustments. And I think that is a testament to the skill set that he got, that he has, that he wasn't just a one-trick pony and just try one thing the entire time. And through the midway through the fight, he actually hurt Regis with a big shot, and not a lot of people saw it. And a true world-class fighter knows to disguise when he hurt because, boxing is about body language, and true students of the game can pick up on the guy's body language if he's been hurt. And the other part of being hurt with body language is you'll give a little dance, and he didn't do that. But Josh Taylor started bringing the fight in the trenches with Regis, and he just basically punched when Regis was not punching. And activity scores points, man. And I think he showed in the trenches that he can bully the bully. He was pushing him back. He was hitting him with big shots. I mean, not all of them were flush, but he was, giving a good account of himself. And some of them were getting through. As you could start seeing, marks on his face. Regis was busted open. And it got kind of rough up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Taylor was looking like Quasimodo too, though.
Man, and that wasn't just all headbutts. You know what I'm saying? He was getting hit with some shots too, and some were headbutts. But when you already been headbutted, and that part of your face around your eye is already tender, it don't take much to swell it up. You just got to keep hitting it. And he did, and they just fought a nip and tuck battle on the inside for the duration of the fight. But you know how it is, a crowd plays a big part. Josh Taylor backing him up and throwing his faster, crisper shots. Even though everything wasn't flush, he was very busy, and in the end, he did what he had to do to score rounds in his favor. When you're looking at the scoring criteria, he did enough of what it took to secure rounds in the bag. And heading into the championship rounds where Regis needed to really step on the gas, he was staying in the same pace that he was for the duration of the fight, which is not a bad thing. That's fine. If you content with just saying I went the distance in this championship fight, then so be it. But to me, in the championship fights, in the championship rounds, the guy who fought with a sense of urgency was the guy who ended up winning the fight. And even too, in that fight, one of the scorecards was just ridiculous.
I hear you.
It was a very close fight. But I do believe that the right guy ended up winning. I believe the right guy won the fight. but it's a close fight, and depending on where the swing rounds go, when you're scoring, will let you know who should have won the fight. I don't think it was a robbery in any way imaginable.
Right.
And, that's for you guys who think Ashley Knuckles is biased. I didn't even score for my guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Regis could have did more, but I was thinking maybe he really got hurt by that, by the shot that bust him up, and you never know what's going on. Only the fighters know what's going on with their bodies. You know what I'm saying? But the show must go on. You still got to fight. You still got this guy still trying to fuck you up, so you got to continue, pressing the issue. But anyway, man, I thought Taylor won, man, but it was a great fight.
Absolutely. Shout out to look at that, Josh Taylor, MandatoryDefense.com Fighter of the Week.
Oh right? Yeah, he heard that shit.
Right.
It was either him or Shakur Stevenson, man.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
This was a unification, and I think he beat a better fighter. So, there you go. There's Hawaii getting punched in the face right there. Look at that. But man, oh man, great weekend of fights. Check it out. Tank Davis came out, Ashy, after the Tater fights. We're going to segue to this. And he said, I want Tater. After Gumbo, he's assuming he's in the B Gamboa, and he wants to fight Tater. Two-part question. One, is he underestimating Gamboa a little too much? All right. Already thinking about the next fight. Right. And second, what do you think about that? I mean, do you like the fact that he wants to go to 140? Do you think he should stay at 135? You got Haney, Lomachenko, you got fights there that he could fight. What are your thoughts overall? Cholo is 40 ounce at it. But anyway, what are your thoughts, Ash?
Yeah, I do believe he's overlooking Gamboa, but in his mind, he probably thinking Gamboa is shot. He's a Terrence Crawford leftover, and he's probably thinking this is a guy I'm supposed to beat the brakes off of and pick up this next strap at this higher weight class. And Gervonta Tank Davis, even though he's short, he's a pretty stocky guy. You never know how what he's doing to keep himself at that weight. He probably naturally bigger than that, kind of like a what was the guy who started it? He was a chin checker. Oh, Curtis Stevens. Remember when he first started fighting professionally, he was fighting at 175 pounds as a 5-footer. And he ended up working his way all the way down to 68, to 60, and now to 54, where it looked like he don't even got no legs. But
like Mundine reminds me of that too.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So him. Yeah, he's overlooking Gamboa, but Gamboa he's still a credible opponent. He's winning. A lot of people, tout Gamboa when they're trying to hype Terrence Crawford, who does not need to be hyped. His resume probably needs to be hyped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They hype Gamboa to make Terrence Crawford look better. But at that time, we know the story of Gamboa signing with SMS Promotions and basically being put on the shelf and not being able to get fights. And all of a sudden, boom, this Terrence Crawford fight just falls out the sky at a higher weight. And he goes in there and he gets his ass whooped. It wasn't good matchmaking. It wasn't good timing on Gamboa's behalf. And I think Terrence Crawford should have beat him. But since then, and shaking from 50 Cent, it's been one fight after the other, trying to get back to where he was in the fight world. And he's not where he was, but at least he's not shot. And he gets the shot at Gervonta Davis. He gets a shot at a world title. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Tank is overlooking him, and he think he wants some smoke with Josh Taylor, and I think he's overlooking Josh Taylor. Maybe Regis overlooked Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think that is, though? Is something I don't know? Is Tank cool with Regis or something?
Not to my knowledge, but guys and the amateurs know each other. I mean, they all travel all over the country or whatnot. I'm sure, they've been acquainted. But why would he want to fight Josh Taylor? He probably has no respect for Englishman fighters. You know, you probably think, if you from the UK as a fighter,
Well,
you probably trash.
he's
You
from
never do
Scotland.
nothing.
He's,
Huh?
he's from Scotland. I don't think he likes to be called
I'm
English.
sorry, UK, not England. UK, definitely not England. Yeah, they get real hot about that too, boy.
Yeah.
Our geography is all fucked up over here in the States. We call all that England, Wales. Oh yeah, that's England. No, it's Wales.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They'd be beefing over there, bro. They don't
yeah,
even like World Cup. They don't even play together. All right.
yeah. So yes, I would like to see him stay at 135 and fight, Devin Haney, fight Lomachenko, and hell, Robert Easter. I mean, hell, damn all that friendship stuff, man. If you're not blood related, those fights should happen. And I really don't think it would be in Mayweather Promotions' best interest to just shoot him up to 140 pounds after one fight at 135. But if that's the route they want to go, you think you got a cape on, all right, shit or get off the pot.
Man, these jumps in weight are no joke, bro. Like
Not
some
at all.
people think this is like some easy stuff. You know, Dale Corrales learned this the hard way, man. When he moved up to
Oh, yeah.
dude, made Claudio look like a monster puncher.
Superstar. Yeah, man.
So these
Yeah.
dudes got to be very careful. Like that's all I'm gonna say, bro. Look, is Tank more talented than or more athletically gifted than Tater? I would say yes, but he's not as big as Tater. And Tater's natural at this weight. Tater will be moving up to 147 at some point. You know what I mean? So like, it just seems like an unnecessary thing. But you know what? Actually, some people will get brave if Canelo gets that win, though.
Yeah.
They're gonna think, oh, I could do it too. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
indeed. That's facts.
oh, Canelo did it. I could do it. Like, all
I
right.
mean, they're fighters, I say it all the time in the gym. Even the sorriest fighters think they got something, so it's not out of
Right.
the likelihood that these guys really feel that they can, do all things. That's why you need handlers and people that'll tell you, hey, and advisors, you to tell you to slow your roll and gradually take baby steps. Don't take leaps at a large bound. What they say for Superman? Huge leaps at a single
Yeah.
bound. Yeah, don't do that, man. That's for the comic books. It's a fight game. Them big motherfuckers, they hit substantially harder. So,
Like, stay down there, Spider Man, Superman, and
yeah,
Hulk are a little too big. Okay.
yeah.
So, man, we will see though. I do want to address this though, because somebody asked, was it G Funk? Um, asked, does a puncher's chance mean a lucky punch? I don't see it that way, but how do you the term a puncher's chance? How do you see that, Ash?
I mean, the puncher's chance in my definition is that it's two fighters in the ring. Punches are going to be thrown, punches are going to be landed, and any punch can knock a guy out. So, on that premise alone, a fighter has a chance when he steps in the ring with whoever the opponent is, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not not like Doug Fisher says, "Oh, just put your chin out there and let me hit you." That's about the stupidest fucking definition I've ever heard for a puncher's chance.
Oh wow. He
You
said
know what
that.
I'm saying? Well, he's been saying that shit for years, man. That is not what a puncher's chance means, man.
Wow.
The mere premise that punches hurt, punches are thrown, and punches are landed. You know what I'm saying? And based on that premise, a guy has an opportunity to win the fight. It's two professional fighters in the ring duking it out.
Well, here's how I'll put it. Right. There's different degrees of a puncher's chance. Right. Like everyone knew George Foreman had a puncher's chance at heavyweight up until the dude retired,
Mhm.
and Moore learned that the hard way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
more.
yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone knew, like he hit you, bro. Like he would had a legitimate puncher's chance. All right. So like there is guys that in every fight, regardless of how if the other guy is more skilled than them, they're always gonna have that chance. Not so
Mhm.
much that it's lucky; it's just that
Can't
anyone
block them all.
Yeah, can't block them all. And some guys just have that chance, bro. Like Wilder has a puncher's chance from the first second of a fight to the last second of a fight. Okay, to knock you out. And I think it's fair to say he has a much better puncher's chance than others. Right. But that's what a puncher's chance is to me.
I mean, if there was no such thing as a puncher's chance, there would be no such thing as upsets in
Yeah,
boxing. You know what I'm saying? So you have a shot. It's just the likelihood of it happening may be slim to none. But the mere premise that you getting in that ring and you putting your life on the line with this other guy and y'all are going to war and y'all don't have a sword and buckler, it's just your hands and your mind, you got a chance to win. It's just the likelihood of you doing it may be,
just depends.
Yeah, it just depends, you know. The ring sorts it out. I mean, that's just what it is.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, puncher's chance of the week. To me, it's Duno. Robert spells pronounce his name against Ryan Garcia. What do you think, Ash?
Oh yeah, man. That's great. Great analysis of that. The puncher's chance of the week. I think I like Duno. I like his fight game, man. He can box a little bit. He can punch a little bit. He's pretty gritty.
Right.
You know?
He reminds me of like a poor man's version of like a featherweight Pacquiao a little bit. Good overhand right though. And Pacquiao is more like a lefty, you know. So, yeah. But nonetheless, I think Duno has a pretty solid chance against Ryan Garcia. There's a lot of question marks with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, well, in the fight, he'll get to sort that out. So,
absolutely. You guys let me know in the chat if you agree. Does Duno have a shot? Does Filipino fighter have a shot against Ryan Garcia? Duno does have a 72% KO ratio. Not bad.
Okay? Yeah, he can fight, man. I mean, his biggest claim to fame is upsetting the guy from Golden Boy they were moving. Chimpa.
Right.
Christian Gonzalez. He was like 17-0 or something like that. He was like a come forward guy, you know, cut the ring off, you know, lure you into a shootout, and he ended up knocking the guy out, you know, and giving him his first loss, and since then he's lost like 5 times. So, right. But that gave life to Duno because before then he hadn't even fought in the States, right. And since then he's been in the States a lot, you know, making his name, and he's coming to upset the apple cart. He got a lot of respect for Ryan Garcia, but he ain't afraid of him. He's ready to go in there and do it. Appreciate that, man. Reggie.
Absolutely. Reggie's over there in Las Vegas, bro.
Yo, yeah, we need to connect, man. I'm gonna start sending Reggie to these fights, bro.
Yeah.
You got a camera, we can work.
There you go.
You can go anywhere you want in Vegas on the fight scene. You link up with me.
There you go. You know, we will see how it goes with that, man. What are your overall thoughts on Ryan Garcia? Because it seems to me that the conventional wisdom so far is like he's good, but he's not going to be like upper echelon good. You know.
I can't make that analysis yet, but for right now, hell yeah, for his age and where he is as a professional, I think he's real good. You know, I mean, a lot of folks who, you know, break down this sport and do videos and stuff like that are probably not impressed. And, you know, it's par for the course when you got a lot of hype behind you as a prospect. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It's worthy, you know, he's worthy of it. Just like Shakur and Devin Haney and all these other guys who are prospects getting a lot of praise from the media and whatnot. I mean, Ryan Garcia they said he was a 15-time national champion as an amateur. He was like over 200 wins, you know, like 12 losses, something like that. And he got those fast hands and the big left hook, and he's rangy and he's tall. And he got good skills. It's not just the videos it's just not the videos of him hitting the double end bag or the whatever contraption that was. I had never seen that bag, that one bag that he hits that swivels around. I never seen that before, but they're
Right.
always creating new shit for sports, for athletes and whatnot. But he looks good, you know what I'm saying? And this is the type of opponent that will let the boxing world know where he is with his fight game. I mean, because it's not like he's not respected from other fighters. I mean, look at Devin Haney, who's fought him like 6 times as an amateur, and he gives Ryan Garcia all the respect in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if he can give him that respect, and he's a fighter, a champion, then why shouldn't guys who don't fight not give him that respect? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just my own thoughts on that. But yeah, he got what he needs. He just needs, continue to fight guys that until he's built up and ready to fight the who's who of the division. And this guy is going to bring it, and he's going to test him. But Ryan got, like I said, he's taller than Duno. He got longer arms. He's faster, and he can hit. And he should be able to outbox him easily and hit him with power shots. But he just cannot get overzealous in there, or he may meet the same fate as Christian Gonzalez. Because once Duno hit Christian Gonzalez and hurt him and put him down, he was never really able to fully recover, man. And hell, he's still hit right now. He may still be on that canvas, man. He just never was the same after that fight.
He was not the same. Shout out to AJ Trinidad. He is now 19-4.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same after that. So,
yeah.
Right, so he had defeated David Haney in the amateurs. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not the same, obviously, but it matters, They
both have wins on each other, so
they both have wins on each other. Okay.
Yeah, I think Devin said he was whooping his ass early, and then Devin was whooping his ass later. Ryan was whooping his ass early, every time they met, and then Devin would win later, several times. So something like that. 15-time national champion. Yeah, I'm sure he was. That has to be the JOs too, not just open, not just open class. Or I'm getting my shit mixed up, but
it's still, still impressive, that's for sure. But we'll see how that fight goes. Ryan Garcia's good, man, but we will see how he pans out, because there's a lot of great fighters where he's at. So I don't know if Golden Boy's like waiting for the right time to kind of give him that nudge to go for that world title. They're just kind of this has been the plan all along, but we will see. They know what they're doing. So
I think he pushed the envelope, though. He pushed the envelope, because of that last time he was supposed to fight and made that big stink about not getting paid and him bringing fans and stuff like that. I think now they're like, all right, fuck it. We're going to give you a push now. It's about you. We're going to put you in there with these guys. Here you go, a brand new Rolex. Here you go, your signing bonus. It's about you now. Show us what you can do. And I think this is fight one where now that he going to be on that fast track. Because he needs to be. Ain't no need to baby the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You got 200 wins as an amateur. You know how to fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
you know how to fight at that point. Absolutely. So we will see how that goes, man. And he's been brought along, just because so many guys have been fast tracked. Everyone's kind of like, hey, come on, hurry up. But, there's no need to rush it if he doesn't have a belt yet. Once they give him the belt, though, it's time to fight the Wolves.
Ain't that the truth? Yep.
Big fight, Ashley. Kovalev versus, hold on. Kovalev against Canelo. All right, we'll be fighting this Saturday. This fight's stuck up on me. It's like, it's this Saturday? Like, yeah. Like, what? I could have. It came out of nowhere. Doesn't it feel like Kovalev just fought like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So the boy that they picked a good date. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
No, you got to fight us now. Like, whoa. All right. I don't know if all of Kovalev's aches are gone from that yard fight. I don't know. All right, but he's gonna have to fight with it. Canelo is 51-1 with 2 draws. He has 30. He has 35 knockouts, 63% KO ratio. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Most of his KOs were on the come up against dudes I've never heard about. Okay, like I try to search some of these guys on Google, and Google is like, I don't know who that is. Okay, you're making people up, right? And then 29 years old, by the way, 5'8", 70-inch-and-a-half reach is Canelo. Kovalev's 36. Like, he ain't that old. Okay, some people are talking like this dude's like in his 40s or something. Right? Yeah. 34, 3-1, 76% KO ratio, higher than Canelo's, by the way, at a higher weight class, by the way. Right? And he's knocked out more top 10 fighters than Canelo has, by the way. All right. 29 knockouts out of those 34 fights, 6 feet tall. First of all, I don't even think Canelo's 5'8". I think he's 5'7". Okay. But for the sake of argument, 4 inches taller and 72.5-inch reach. Okay, 2-inch reach advantage. On top of that, the crusher against Canelo Alvarez. How do you see this fight, Ashy? How do you see it going down?
Now y'all know I believe Canelo is pound for pound the best fighter on the planet. I mean, that's my own opinion. Some people think it's not Manny Pacquiao. Some people think it's Vasily Lomachenko. Some feel that it's Crawford. I think it's Red. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that this is a big step. This is a big step up in class. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not step up in class, but definitely a step up. It's at the world class level, so it's it's not a step up in class, but the obstacle is very substantial because he's fighting a substantially bigger guy, a guy coming down in weight to make 75, as opposed to him going up in weight to 175 pounds, virtually from 160 pounds, even though he has had one fight at 168. His last few fights, if I'm not mistaken, have been at 60, or at least one of them. And it's not impossible to jump 2 weight classes, but the likelihood of it happening is unlikely. I mean, the last one to do it, at least around these weights, was Bernard Hopkins, jumping up from 160 pounds to 175 to fight Antonio Tarver. It just so happens Tarver was coming off of that Rocky movie where he was a heavyweight, and he was coming down from being a heavyweight. I don't want to make no excuses because skills pay the bills. And then that night, Bernard Hopkins showed that he had just way better skills than Antonio Tarver, way more slicker, just better in every category. And Bernard was a big middleweight too. He just kept himself in shape that way, and never too far off weight. So whenever he went to training camp, he didn't have to have a weight camp. He just went to training camp and worked on the skills. He never was like more than 6-7 pounds outside of weight. He was very disciplined. That's why he's probably one of the last throwback fighters, because he was always near fight shape. That's neither here or there, though. It's the feat itself that's difficult. Going up 2 weights, like you said, Diego Corrales, Joshua Clottey, Marquez Mayweather, jumping up 2 weight classes. What's some other ones? Rigondeaux, Lomachenko.
De La Hoya, Hopkins.
Well, that was 2 weight classes, but
true. I got you. True.
At 2 weight classes at one time.
Right.
It's a bunch of them to choose from. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch to choose from. It's not easy to do. Most guys who make that league get their fucking ass whooped. Now, I don't think that's what's going to happen, that Canelo getting his fucking ass whooped, but I do believe he's going to lose this fight. I think he's up against it. I do see the keys to victory for him, and it does favor his fight game, working his way on the inside, body shots, a la Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? make
Right.
him very uncomfortable in the trenches until he ultimately wilts, you know. But Canelo is a decent puncher at 160 pounds. Last guy he really concussed was Amir Khan, who don't have a hard chin anyway. You know, if I'm not mistaken, that's the last guy he put to sleep. And now people are saying he's going to go up in weight and knock out Kovalev. Right?
Stop him.
I don't see that happening, man. Kovalev's taller, he has more reach, and he's killed a man with his hands at that weight. So you don't have to question if he's knocking shit out at that weight. You know what I'm saying? He beats motherfuckers up. And he was just in there with a guy who was very athletic and a guy who was a decent puncher himself. So I'm not willing to say, oh, Canelo's going to go up 2 weights and just be this hellacious puncher at that weight. That's not going to happen. And I do think he has the skills to make it competitive and win rounds. Hell, he even have the skills to win the fight. I just don't think it's going to be done. I think he has to overcome a whole lot more than what Kovalev has to overcome. He's going to have to, catch that jab in his gloves like he knows how to do, and he's going to have to not get hit with that right hand. Because we've seen what that right hand can do to legit saturated 175-pound fighters. How will Canelo react getting hit with a bomb like that?
Yep.
And, he's not just a one-handed fighter, Kovalev. He's double-handed. He'll pepper you to death with that jab and set you up. And he's relentless. He's coming at you the whole fight. He doesn't give up. You got to make him give up. You know what I'm saying? You got to make him wilt. And so far, only really one guy has – well, I'm not going to say only one guy. Everybody, you had to work for it, And Canelo is known to take rounds off, especially if it's a weight he hasn't been at yet, man. I don't foresee him being the Energizer Bunny at this weight, and you can't afford to take rounds off against Kovalev, man. If you get lackadaisical in there, you're going to get hit, you're going to get hurt, and that may be the end of the night. So I got Kovalev, man. I rock with Red all day long, and it'd be great for his career. If he wins, it'd be huge, but I'm not one who believes in the supernatural feats, man. I'm not a believer. So
shout out to Tony Boswell with that super chat to salute DStyleBoxing and the chat and Ashy Knuckles. Thank you very much for that support. It's to help support the channel. Make sure you guys visit, by the way, mandatorydefense.com, right, for your latest boxing content. Let me read through some of these chats here really quick. What's up to Teresa D? Ace Boogie saying, what's up?
Hey, Boogie, what's good?
Absolutely. All right.
He came to one of the fights, the local fights down there. I met him. He's solid dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Tony Basel follows up with that super chat saying, I think Canelo will have his hands full.
Yep.
All right. And a lot of what's going on here. Look at this. AJ10 says, where are all the Canelo fans from last month said this was an easy fight for Canelo? Oh, well, they're a little quiet right now. Someone came out, Mexican says, hey, Canelo's got this. All right. This won't be an easy fight. It might be a problem for Canelo. I kind of feel like Canelo will gas out early with all that weight he's putting on. That's just me. Hey, Tony, your constant support to Box Channel is recognized. You, sir, are a scholar and a gentleman, says John. Well, there you go. All right. I hope Canelo gets knocked the F out. His promoter is a weirdo, and Canelo is not. Very important. He's not. All right, Andre Ward. Very important to say that. Crazy casuals think Kovalev is a cherry pick.
No, ain't no cherry pick.
It's a calculated risk, but it's not a cherry pick.
It's calculated.
Yeah, Canelo has no footwork and is not active enough. Okay, I agree. John says, hey, if someone could remind Best Fight the Best about unblocking me, I would greatly appreciate it. I made an Army joke and someone blocked me, and we were both combat veterans. I mean, I'm sure he has an email. You could contact him, bro, or if he watches on archive, I guess he could look into it. Walter Boyd Sergey is shopborn. He's a known alcoholic. Well, he does have some issues, okay?
Man,
Look,
it's a
look,
lot of
this
fighters.
got a,
Adrian Broner, alcoholic. He was on the camera just this past weekend, and he looked like he was just off of several pints. So,
well, I mean, Kovalev, that episode in the plane, and then like suppose he beat up this girl's dog, and the girl was.
oh yeah,
Look,
he had,
this was, if you guys asked me, oh, pick the better person. Well, okay, Canelo, he's a better person,
right.
but they're gonna fight, guys. Like it's not who the better person is, and you
Not
know
politics.
it don't matter. Canelo is the same fighter who let Chavez Jr. go the distance. Well, it's good. DStyle Nation. I always look forward to this evening content. Absolutely. Okay, so Canelo was born ready since '92 AKU.
I was born ready.
I was born ready. Let me tell you something, okay? Para mis fans, neutral, natural. Let's go over this before I give my take. I would rather see Andre versus Charlo or Kovalev versus Bivol. Should have a big money fight in Russia. Okay, check it out.
Yeah.
Check this out. Look, does Canelo have a shot to win this fight? My answer is yes, because Canelo is a good fighter.
Yeah.
He is taking a calculated risk. When you guys say, why is he fighting Kovalev and not Beterbiev or Beterbiev, however you guys want to pronounce it? Why is he fighting him? Well, why didn't he fight Bojdik instead? And yes, guys, it's a calculated risk. He thinks he sees something in Kovalev and says, I could beat this guy. And if we're 100% honest, they sat down and said, this is a worth it calculated risk because we will reap of all the rewards if we win. And if we lose, what are people going to say? Well, I mean, I jumped up to weight class.
Right.
You can't. I was too small for that weight class. I'm going to move back down. You know what I mean? That's already there, right? So everybody's saying, why would he do it? Because they know it's not going to be damaging to his career if he loses. However, if he wins,
right?
I mean, the praise is going to be off the charts, right? So I want to just preface it by saying, yes, of course, Canelo has a shot. Okay, of course, Canelo can win this fight. Of course, Canelo has a shot. Now, for people saying knockout. Now, can he knockout happen? Hey, the show's called A Puncher's Chance. You know what I mean? But let's be realistic, right? When does Canelo knock dudes out? Like, you guys are acting like Canelo just goes in there and just wipes the floor with dudes. You know what I mean? Now, he didn't knock out Jacobs. He didn't knock out Triple G. He didn't knock out Chavez Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Chavez Jr. was literally there to get hit. And he couldn't knock that guy out. But actually, who made Chavez Jr. quit? And what weight class was it?
Who made Chavez?
Remember Fonfara?
Damn. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
When he fought a big dude and Chavez Jr. felt those punches?
Yes, sir.
And it was like, oh, yeah.
Wasn't it?
What's that?
It was at 75, right?
Yeah. It might have been a catch weight, maybe, but I do know it was at 175. And when Chavez Jr. felt, who, by the way, Fonfara ain't no Kovalev, by the way. Okay. But my point is, when Junior got knocked down in that fight against Fonfara, and he laid, I mean, every punch on Fonfara that he could. And Fonfara was like, bruh. Dude, I've been in the ring with big dudes. Like, this ain't shit.
Right.
Maybe when he hit Sergio Martinez, he thought that was like a big punch. Not me. Right? Bam! In your mouth. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Quitting your fucking stool. Right? Which is karma, by the way. After all that shit he talked. Okay? I mean, I'm not a big fan of De La Hoya, but he talked a lot of shit when De La Hoya quit the stool against Pacquiao. All right? But he quits on the stool. That's what he does after getting knocked down, because we know he's going to get knocked out. Okay? So, now what happened when Canelo was landing everything in the kitchen sink on Chavez Jr.? He didn't knock him out. So where is this power you guys are talking about that Canelo's going to come and why he's going to work the body? You guys really think like he's just going to like just stand there and just get hit in the body? Like you don't think he's going to hit back? Like you don't think he has a plan for that? You don't think like if you guys know that, you don't think Buddy McGirt knows that? You don't think McGirt's going to come with a game plan? You don't think they're ready for that? Plus, before you try to seize the castle, you got to get past those archers. And that jab is the archers.
Whew, and it's mean still.
Yeah. Oh no, but Barashi. They're showing me 8-second highlights of little slipping jabs from Jacobs.
Right.
Right. They're giving me all the best parts. They don't show the jab Jacobs landed.
Right.
They just they get 8 seconds. Right. You guys couldn't do a 20 minute or 20-second montage of him slipping jabs. Did you run out of jabs he slipped? Well, what's going on? But he was slipping jabs, Ash.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. People were.
I've seen those videos. They did the same thing against Triple G, even though I rather enjoy those.
Right. What do you think of Canelo slipping the jab? And people that are crazy, in my opinion, crazy enough to think he's going to slip every jab.
I mean, I think he is going to slip some jabs. You know what I'm saying? I think he has to. If he just stays upright, it's going to end quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, he's not going to be able to slip all of them, And Kovalev is going to throw it the entire fight. He never stops throwing that jab because he's looking to hit you with power shots and get you out of there. So shout out to the homie Max from Stay Ready Boxing. What's happening? Yeah, so he slips some, he moves away from some, he catches some in his gloves. And he tries to counter off the jab too, but if he makes the wrong mistake in this fight, I just want to see Canelo take those right hands, see how he look when he get hit with a right hand. Because when Andre Ward first got hit flush by one of those, man, he felt it. You know what I'm saying? And he knew he had to make adjustments. And it may be the same story with Canelo. I just want to see what type of adjustments he can make because Andre Ward is not a one-trick pony. He's a jack of all trade in that ring. It ain't a square inch in that ring that he's not comfortable, And he just had to fix a couple of things, and he got it worked out, and brought the fight to where Kovalev was uncomfortable, and he stayed in that mind frame. He's uncomfortable here. I'm gonna stay fighting here. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. I don't know if Canelo can do that. We'll see.
Make sure you guys subscribe to Stay Ready Boxing TV. Thank you very much for the support right there. I had a really good interview with Chop Corley. You guys check that out. All right. And that's right. Speaking of jabs, don't forget to jab that like button, right? To show support. Check it out. People are like it's one thing to say he might knock him out, but they're picking Canelo by stoppage with confidence, Ash.
Yeah.
Like I can't see it any other way. He's gonna knock him out. Like this dude don't stop anybody.
Yeah.
What is stop Amir Khan? Amir Khan's a walking, talking, cracked chandelier. Okay.
Hollow egg.
I mean, come on. The dude's a hollow egg.
Yeah, man.
An unboiled egg at best.
Canelo he's a very good puncher, but he hadn't been knocking guys out in a while. You know what I'm saying? And when the competition gets raised up, he's hitting these guys with his Sunday punches. They just not going nowhere. But those punches hurt. You can tell by the body language that the guys, when he hit these guys, they don't want to get hit by it again. But to pick a fight by knockout at 75, I don't know about that. If he can't hurt Kovalev, man, it can be a really long night.
It's like this, right? People are like, oh, he slips. Like, we all know Canelo slips punches, guys. Like we all know, he slips and dodges and blocks punches, but he doesn't slip, dodge, and block 100% of them.
That's right.
By the way, that's not a knock on Canelo. No fighter does. All right. But what I'm saying is, while he looks good when he makes guys miss, he does get hit. All right. Like almost every fight, the dude gets hit with flush punches, like several times around. Like I don't know what. Like that's how we know. Like how do we know he has a good chin, Ashley, if he never gets hit?
Interesting question.
Like like the dude could take a punch. Now he's gonna. Like I've told people this, right? If Kovalev Ashley only lands, let's say 20% of his punches, right? He misses 80%, lands 20%. That's pretty good defense, right?
I would say so, yeah.
Right. But that still means 20% of his punches are landing on you.
Right.
So it just takes one to change the fight. Right?
Facts.
That's the name of the show, Puncher's Chance. Okay? But a legitimate puncher's chance here. Because every round, this dude can hurt Canelo.
Yeah.
Dude, one right. Let me tell you something. And I mean this when I say this. When Canelo gets hit with a right hand, all that talk about him getting inside like he did with Rocky Fielding and working the body and this, that, and the third, you guys got to stop referencing the Rocky Fielding fight. Rocky Fielding's trash. Okay? Compared to Kovalev, is dude's trash. Right? I don't know they could stack trash that high. Okay, but anyway, Kovalev, once he lands flush on him, you guys mark my words. Canelo's gonna get on his fucking bicycle. Okay, he's gonna try. Oh fuck this! I'm just gonna try to outpoint this guy.
Then you go see some footwork. Y'all say he don't have. You go see some footwork like a motherfucker.
Right. And for all you're saying, but
yeah,
Kovalev doesn't put on pressure. Guys, pressure isn't always like come inside the whole fight. It's not. You could also just being in front of a dude at puncher's range is pressure. Okay,
pressure.
Like if you're in that ring and like, oh, this dude could fucking hit me, that is mentally draining. That is exhausting. And as long as he stays in front of Canelo, okay. And let me tell you something else, Ashley, that I see Canelo do almost every fucking fight, dude. All right. In the middle of the fight, the dude goes against the ropes. Kovalev's gonna have a field day with Canelo against the ropes. Like you don't want to. Kovalev's gonna throw when he's against the ropes, guys. Okay, and Canelo does this shit. All right. Yeah, he'll hit the gloves. He's gonna hit him so hard, man. It's gonna move those gloves, and the next punch is coming. Right?
He don't like it if it lands.
He ain't gonna like it, dude. Right? And not just that. By the way, this is a heavier weight. And someone else brought it up earlier. Putting on all that extra weight to fight a bigger man like Kovalev, dude. All the problems you guys have seen Canelo have are gonna be multiplied. He's carrying more weight now. Okay, like go put on a backpack with like 5 pounds in it and go for a run. Okay, like this dude is carrying extra weight, and it's artificial to be honest with you.
Right.
And everyone's saying, "Oh no, but DStyle." This is what they say. You don't understand. Canelo's already a light heavyweight. He always weighs in, and the day of the fight, he's a light heavyweight. Guys, by that logic, okay, Kovalev is a fucking cruiserweight, right? Because you guys don't think he rehydrates? This dude rehydrates, okay? Like Kovalev weighs in on the scale at 175. 3 minutes later, when he's chugging that Gatorade or that water, he's heavier than Canelo is, right? Okay, that's just the reality. He's going to be bigger than Canelo. He's going to be heavier than Canelo. This is a guy that has pretty good boxing skills. He's not in there against a dude that, can hang in the pocket long enough to do some damage on Canelo. So I do foresee a fight where Canelo is outboxing Kovalev and outpointing Kovalev early. But I do see Canelo feeling that pressure. I do see that jab getting to him. What does a jab do, Ashley, when you keep getting hit with a jab? When you have the hiccups because of a jab in that ring.
Mm-hmm. Popping your head back, and then it travels all the way down your spine to right above your lower back, and makes it very awkward. Makes it very difficult to move your upper body. Makes it difficult to even duck or move or box on the move. Makes it very difficult as a fighter, man. Makes you real uncomfortable, man. That lower back pain, though, that's the biggest killer right there, though.
That,
It does
that
a lot to you, man. Keeps you offset too. Keep getting hit with the jab, it knocks you offset. It does what it's supposed to do. Dictates everything that you do. Sets up combination punching. If you getting hit with a jab consistently, it could be a very long night, man. You may get hit with some power shots.
and by the way, like trying to slip through a jab just to get on the inside, guys, that is exhausting. Okay. And like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, if he gets inside and and he lands on Kovalev, and it's not doing the damage you guys think it's gonna do.
Right.
You know, like it's. I'm just saying. And yes, Kovalev is the underdog, 92 AKU. Yes,
That's star
uh,
power for you.
star power. People are convinced he's just gonna win because his name is Canelo, and that's not the way it works. You know what I mean? The assumption of greatness, like, oh, he's just gonna win because he's Canelo. Like, that's just not the way it works. Okay, he's putting on extra muscle and has cardio issues. Yeah, I tell you something. Isn't there a reason that actually like Floyd never like jumped up to weight classes to fight somebody? So
Oh
crazy.
yeah. every move up in weight was gradual,
Yeah,
as it should have been.
absolutely. Even the lawyer, like you said, he never jumped up those two weight classes, and neither did Trinidad really. I
Right.
mean, these guys worked their way up. I mean, look at dude, Cal Brooks never been the same since he tried that.
That's another example. Good one. Yeah, you sure right. Amir Khan too. No. Yes. No.
Well, kind of catch weight, but yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
But Kell Brook, went up and got his ass roasted. He was doing well, but eventually, him being in there with a substantially bigger guy taking those shots, it took a toll on him.
So you guys are telling me like you think like Jacobs could go in there and just fuck up Kovalev's? What you guys are telling me? But because you guys are saying that, oh, by the way he looked against Jacobs, then I think he's going to destroy Kovalev. So, I mean, we'll see how Jacobs looks when he goes to 168, by the way, not 175. All right. Like, we don't even know how this dude looks at 168, but I don't know, man. I think you guys are crazy. It's got to be honest.
Star power, man.
Yeah, Hopkins did it, bro. He did it, right? But
Yeah,
Hopkins wasn't like he didn't start at 154, bro. Okay, he wasn't doing catch weights. Do not fight bigger men for a while, and then
he started off at 175.
Yeah,
did. He lost that. His first loss and stuff like that was at light heavyweight. He didn't win the middleweight. He worked his way down the middleweight where he should have been, and then went right back up. Kind of like Andre Ward. He was a light heavyweight in the Olympics, and worked his way down the middleweight and went right back up.
Plus, where are you guys getting this like virtuoso performance from Canelo? Like, he never has those performances. Like, all his fights are like debatable. Like, I don't know where you guys are getting this whole like, oh, Canelo's gonna go in there and dominate. Like, based on what? The Rocky Fielding fight? Like, they saw him beat up a tall dude called Rocky Fielding, and now they're convinced he could beat any tall dude, right? I mean, I don't know, man. And but some people are saying, no, 175 is a better weight class for Canelo because he doesn't have to cut as much weight. Guys, by that logic, no fighters will cut much weight. We wouldn't have dudes rehydrating 20 pounds. By that logic, it wouldn't be a thing. Canelo's that football team that always wins like 28-25 with that controversial call at the end.
Yeah.
Like the Rams won last year. Okay, Jacobs fight was a performance, and you know what? I had to fight a draw, bro. I got to be honest. I had the Jacobs Canelo fight a draw.
I love the second Triple G fight though.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Triple G. We keep it real.
I don't know what everybody was seeing, but I know what I was seeing.
Yes, 100% agree. Canelo's best friends are super close, and well, he's a professional boxer. Of course, he hits hard. Okay, but I just don't know where you guys are getting this like confident pick that it's going to stop Kovalev.
Yeah, it's a difficult task just winning the fight.
Right.
So
we will see, man. I mean, we will definitely see. Kenneth Johnson, what's going on? But with that said, Ashy, any final thoughts before we wrap this show up? Another one for the books.
Yep, another one for the books, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you missed it, catch it on archive. I know I'm gonna go back and check it out probably tomorrow. Good topics, man. Good fight we have this weekend.
And make sure you guys go to the website mandatorydefense.com. This is DStyleBoxing. And what do we say, Ash?
Keep it boxing.
Keep it boxing.